I'm going to give you an example of using the Probe Unwrapper plugin. I've actually got a test image right here. This was made inside of Lightwave just so I've got all these markers on the walls and all the grids just for reference purposes, so that I know that the result is correct. Okay, we're actually going to need that, so I'll just bring that into Lightwave. The plugin itself is an image filter, so go to the Effects tab, the Effects panel, Processing tab, Add Image Filter, add the Unwrap plugin. Double click to open the interface. Explain all these controls in just a moment. Click on the image, this will give you a list of all the images in your scene. Only one in this scene. And then a preview will appear in the preview pane here. Now I've got this one recorded as 10-degree pitch. I actually know that it was minus 10 degrees. I'll explain this option in just a moment. Now, each of these tabs corresponds to a surface, if you will, a wall. Now we've got the blue is the right wall, purple is rear, red left, ceiling green, floor's yellow. Now, in order for the Probe Unwrapper to perform the mathematics correctly, it needs to know the coordinates of the upper, up here, and lower points on each wall. And those are set by clicking on these set buttons here, clicking the image. Now, while I'm doing this, I'll just tell you about the option here, use wall coordinates, for the ceiling and the floor. As I put these coordinates in for the rear wall, see as I'm clicking, actually the better example is with the left wall, which I'll do in just a second. But you can see the left upper wall here. This coordinate also corresponds to the ceiling, the ceiling's lower coordinate. So with this checked, this just means that you don't have to input these coordinates, they'll just be used from whatever you've input on the walls. Just make sure that's correct. Okay, it should be done. Okay, and click OK to close the panel. Oh, one more thing. This option here, what it does is replaces the front, which is the white, you can see here, this white wall. Now this is the this would be the wall or the surface that was directly behind the sphere when you took the picture. You can see from this that it's heavily distorted, and that makes reconstruction somewhat difficult, accurate reconstruction, just because there's the information is pretty much lost there, or so highly compressed that it's difficult to extract meaningful detail. Now with this switched on, instead of reconstructing this wall, what it will do is replace it with whatever it reconstructs for this purple wall here, this rear wall. I'll just uncheck this for now so you can see the results. Now there's one more thing that has to be set up, and that's the camera. Now VRoom uses a 6:1 format. I'll just bring up the image again. Now what it will do is it will take all of these walls and treat them all as squares of the same ratio, so 1:1, and it will then reconstruct them all and put them all next to each other in the order of left, rear, right, and top, ceiling, sorry, bottom. You'll see it reconstructed in just a moment, but that's the reason that the camera has to be set up in such a fashion. So we have to go to the camera properties, and let's do 480 multiplied by 6, 480. In fact, let's just halve that so it renders quicker, and take it down to 50%. So the idea is the width is 6 times that of the height. Now you're not completely restricted to do it this way. You can have any ratio that you wish, but the results will be somewhat squashed. I'll just do a render. Okay. And you can see here the results, and you can see it's not done a terrible job of reconstructing that wall considering. But you can see this is probably not all that useful. But all of the other walls seem to be reconstructed fairly well. So I'll just do a full-size one. Now note, while this is rendering, because this is an image filter, the anti-aliasing settings do not do anything. Because there's no real rendering taking place. This is all a post-process. Okay, you can see here quite good results. The reason this one is inverted is because the VROOM format takes it as if this purple wall you can see back here is the center pin, if you will, and this red wall here is hinged along here and sort of folded out. Imagine a sort of UV unwrapping. The top one would also be hinged along this area here and folded back, and the bottom one would be hinged along here, the right wall would be hinged along here. Okay, and that pretty much concludes. So, thanks for listening.